Sit around is a useful phrasal word that people learning English should know. This slang phrase means to do nothing or be idle for a long time, usually when you should be doing something useful. This phrasal word can also mean to wait or do nothing without a reason. Saying, "I don't want to just sit around all day, let's go out and do something fun." In this case, the speaker says they don't want to waste time by doing nothing and suggests doing something fun instead.
Hey, have you heard of the phrasal verb, sit around? I've been trying to use it more in my conversations.
Oh, yes. Sit around is a really common expression. It generally means to spend time doing nothing or being idle, often in a lazy or passive way.
When people use the phrase, sit around, it's important to keep in mind that they usually mean someone is being lazy or not doing anything. It can also be used in a more neutral way to talk about waiting or being relaxed. Let's say, we were just sitting around waiting for the bus to arrive. Sitting around, in this case, just means waiting, and it doesn't mean anything bad.
I see. So it can be used to describe wasting time, like when someone is just sitting around instead of being productive.
Exactly. But it can also be used in a more neutral or positive sense, like when you are relaxing or waiting for something to happen.
You can also use sit around to talk about a group of people who are just hanging out and not planning anything. Says, "My friends and I love to sit around and chat over coffee on weekends." Sitting around here means a casual get-together where people are taking their time and enjoying each other's company. That's interesting. Can you give me some examples of how it's used in different contexts?
Sure. For example, you might say, they spent the whole weekend sitting around, watching TV, to imply laziness. But you could also say, we sat around the campfire, chatting and enjoying the evening, which has a more positive connotation.
There are different forms of sit around, such as sitting around, present continuous, sat around, past simple, and have been sitting around, present perfect continuous. In this case, I've been sitting around all morning waiting for my package to arrive. The present perfect continuous tense is used to stress how long the lack of action has been going on for.
I see. So it can be used to describe both unproductive behavior and casual, relaxing activities. That's really helpful to know.
Exactly. And the variations in meaning can also include sitting around waiting for something to happen, which suggests a lack of initiative. It's a versatile phrasal verb that can convey different shades of meaning.
To help you understand this phrasal word better, look at these other examples. 1. Don't just sit around complaining, do something about the situation. 2. They sat around the campfire, telling stories and roasting marshmallows. 3. I know you are tired, but we can't afford to sit around and do nothing.
Got it. This is great information. I feel like I have a much better understanding of how to use sit around now. Thanks for the detailed explanation. If you are learning English, it's important to use phrasal verbs like sit around in real-life situations so that you can understand what they mean and how to use them. To help you understand better, try using this phrasal verb in your own words and interactions. Remember that sit around is a common and useful phrasal verb, but it is also informal and might not work in all settings, like formal writing or a work setting.